Well, somebody has to realize it, but in every age, and let's call it an age of 30 to 50 year period, popularizers have to refine the best thinking and and match it to what's going on and serve it up. That's why we'll always have biographies of Luther or George Washington or another one on Lincoln or good old Robert E. Lee. He'll be back, I guarantee you that. Frederick Douglass. They'll always, we have to have this.
Well,
we
particularly
this,
have to have it now because we have, as I've said, we've been living through a period, or maybe I haven't quite said it, really since the 60s, we've been living with some utterly false narratives. That's been part of the drinking water of American culture. We have not taught physics. We haven't taught about the uniqueness and the exceptionalism of the United States of America. Not human beings that we're better, no. But the idea of the American founders' vision of self-government is the most glorious thing in the history of the world, and it led to the freest, most prosperous country in the world. We haven't been teaching that since I was a kid. And so you have a lot of people kind of drifting along, not understanding that we need to preserve America, or we need to return America to its roots, that faith is at the center of the American founding. That's inescapable, and that lie that we were founded by French Enlightenment rationalists has been pushed. That's another book I wrote called If You Can Keep It, which is the second book we want to turn into a streaming TV series. That this is, when you get this information out there, people think like, how have I missed this?
Yeah, did you know John Locke was a secularist? Did you know that? I mean, that's so ridiculous.
Well, look, it's all so ridiculous. And the thing is that once you discover all this, you think, how have I missed this? And then you start thinking, well, I've missed it because the cultural elites have a dog in the fight. They don't like the idea of God, and they have whitewashed, just like Stalin. They have just, edited out the stuff they don't like, and they've created this false narrative. And it has led to the madness in which we currently find ourselves, which has increased people's hunger for, what is the truth? And so the story of America and the beauty of America and the link between faith and freedom, which is inescapable, that story needs to be told. The story of the reality of God and how faith in God led to modern science.
Yes.
That's the opposite of the narrative we've been fed. So part of what I feel God has called me to do is to flip these narratives, to be a part of flipping these narratives.
Yeah.
And I think there are many, many people alive today who they're simply going to be astonished. They're thinking, how have I lived all these decades and I never heard this stuff? Well, again, because we've been living, we've been so blessed that we've drifted along in this kind of apathy, and we've drifted in the wrong direction, and we need to rediscover these truths. Things have gotten so bad that we're, before we hit the waterfall, we're like, hey, wait a minute, where are we? We better start paddling.